everyone, so today I thought I'd go over some tips I have for freshers, because I know a lot of you are going to be thinking about starting university now. Since A-level results day was yesterday, I hope it all went well for everyone. I was thinking of you all, and it's exciting now because, you know, university terms start in, is it like a month? Maybe just over a month, just under for some, I'm not sure, but university is imminent, and a lot of you might be panicking now, thinking, oh, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready for this. Here's where I come in. I've put together some of my advice that I've kind of learnt from my own experiences. I've just finished my first year of physical natural sciences at the University of Cambridge. So I've done the fresher experience. I'm quite sad I'm no longer a fresher. All I can say is you're going to have the time of your life. And yeah, here are my top tips to make the most of it. Okay, so my first piece of advice is to decorate your room and make it comfy, make it homely. You don't want to feel like it's a whole new place because that can be daunting. You want to make it feel like it's your room. I, for example, put up lots of photos and just little bits on my mantelpiece from home. I took a bean bag. If your room will fit a bean bag, I would highly recommend one because the armchairs they supply are not comfy at all, and I just wanted somewhere comfy to relax sometimes. I also put fairy lights up in my room and I chose new bedding. If you want to see what I took, I actually did make a video back on my channel. I'll link it in the description as well. But it's everything I took to uni with me. So if you want to see in more detail what I took to kind of decorate my room, the basics, it's all there. My next piece of advice is to be really open to meeting new people. You've got to make an effort with people. You've got to get out there, get out your room and introduce yourself to people, because otherwise you're not going to make friends. You're not going to get the most of this experience. I know it's scary, and trust me, I am one of the shyest people, or I was anyway. I think I've really come a long way. When I got to uni, I had to give myself a pep talk. I was like, Paige, you've got to get out there. So when I heard people down in the kitchen on my first day, I was out my room, getting down there and introducing myself. I'd really recommend taking a doorstop with you actually. Keep your door open so anyone that walks past you who's in the same halls in your corridor, you know, you can be like, hi, or they'll be like, they'll pop in your room, pop their head around and be like, hello, and you'll be like, oh, yes, someone says hello, friendship right there, new bestie. Honestly, other people will be just as nervous as you, and they'll be so grateful if you make the first move and say, hi, I'm blah blah, you know, pleased to meet you. The response you'll get, I was really shocked when I started because people were just so friendly. I'd introduce myself and they'd be like, oh hi, pleased to meet you. And I'd be like, what? They want to be friends with me? And that's because everyone else wants to make friends too. Don't feel like you have to reinvent yourself, put on a front, just be yourself. Make sure you are going to the freshers icebreakers activities and get yourself down to the bar, get yourself chatting. The people who don't settle in as much are going to be the people who spend their time in their room, who don't leave their room and don't make an effort. As long as you make an effort, I promise you, you'll be fine. Just relax. My next piece of advice is to join a club or society. Go to the Freshers Fair, sign up to one or two things that take your interest. There will be so much on offer. Trust me, university Freshers Fairs are massive. Go take advantage of the free stuff because there's often free pizza, you know, and sign up for things. I did boat club, coxing and ballroom and Latin dancing in my first year. I loved both of them and they were both a really good way to meet new people as well. First year is the year to have fun, isn't it really? I mean, that's how I treated it. I just feel like if you want to throw yourself into something a bit of fun outside of your studies, definitely do it in first year. Okay, next thing to talk about is drinking. I know a lot of people are scared about the alcohol side of things before coming to uni. If you want to drink, that's fine. If you don't want to drink, that's fine too. No one's going to judge you for either. There'll be other people in your exact situation, I promise. Everyone comes to uni with different drinking experiences in the past. I personally had not had much to drink before starting uni. I mean, I never really had a glass of wine at meals with my parents in the evening. The only time I'd really drink was when I went out for a few cocktails with my friends from home. But that was it. And there were other people in my situation. Some people were regular drinkers. Some people had never had alcohol before. Both were fine, and there's no big divide, the drinkers and the non-drinkers. Everyone has fun. It's highly unlikely people are going to go up to you and go, you must drink, have a drink. It's not that sort of peer pressure. You might feel a pressure that if everyone else is drinking, then you should drink too, because yes, the majority of people do drink. But just ignore it. Honestly, you do you. There are far more people who don't drink than you think. I have had more alcohol since starting uni than I did before starting uni. I definitely say I didn't feel pressure to drink at any point. All alcohol that I had in first year was my own choice entirely. If you do want to drink, which is fair enough, go have fun. Drinking can be fun. Just be responsible. Especially in Freshers Week. Everyone's new. You don't know anyone, do you? You don't want to do things you'll regret for the rest of the year. Okay, next thing to talk about is money. So I feel like I'm not the best person to talk about this sort of thing, because I think I could have done better at managing my money and being aware of budgeting and stuff in first year. Definitely budget, keep it all on a spreadsheet, and it'll be fine. It's not that hard. Managing your own money, it's fine. It's part of growing up, you know. One thing to be aware of is the sales. The shop sales. They bring out the sales when your student loan comes in and try and entice you, try and make you spend all of your loan the day it comes in. It's just mean. It's downright mean. How could they do that? But you've got to be responsible. This money is going to last you the whole term. So don't blow it all in the first week, and definitely don't blow it all in Freshers Week. Just don't. My next tip is actually what I feel most passionate about. It's something I wish that I'd known before starting, and it's to value your sleep. Sleep is so precious and it's so underrated. I was so sleep deprived in first term and second term actually. You'd thought I would have learned, but I didn't. It makes you feel grim when you don't get enough sleep and you can't concentrate on your work. It's just not good. And so if it means going out maybe one night less than usual, or getting your work done earlier so you're not up late the day before it's due, just do that. Sometimes coffee does not cut it. I used to worry about having my makeup done and my hair all nicely straightened before lectures in the morning, and it just wasn't worth it. No one cares what you look like, and you can get those precious few more minutes in bed. I'd recommend maximising hours of sleep. Really do think about it, because it takes a toll on you if you don't have enough. Another thing about getting good sleep, the university beds can often be really hard. Like mine was like a rock. Take a mattress topper with you. I'd highly recommend. It will make your night's sleep so much nicer. Next tip is to pack clothes for colder weather. In September when you start, it will be still fairly pleasant weather. Yeah, it might even be sunny, you never know. But by the time it gets to December, it will be cold. So pack your jumpers, pack lots of them, especially if you're a southerner going up north. I know Cambridge isn't exactly north, but it's north from where I live. And definitely when I arrived on my first day with my parents, we got out the car and we were like, it's freezing cold. We were shivering. There's a temperature difference between the south and the north, I'm telling ya. So southerners beware, pack your jumpers. Okay, so next thing I'd say to you is to make the most of the rest of your summer. I know you're probably thinking your university place is confirmed, you're off, you need to get working now, you've got to be preparing. Just don't. Unless the university send you stuff like books to read or other work to do, then obviously do that. But if they don't, just relax. You're going to be snowed under with work soon enough. You don't go crazy in your summer holiday. Unless you really enjoy learning, then I suppose do some work. But I mean, if we're being honest, who would rather be doing some academic work when you could be outside enjoying the sunny weather at the beach or watching some TV? Like, Also, relating to this, I wouldn't take your A-level notes with you to uni. Like, I packed my massive big folders of physics, chemistry and maths A-level work. Did I look at them once while I was at uni? Nope. I can pretty much guarantee you, if you take your A-level notes, you won't look at them. So if you're trying to pack a bit lighter, if you don't have quite enough space in the car, I'd recommend just leaving your A-level notes behind. Okay, next piece of advice. So, freshers flu. It may well hit you. In the first few lectures of term, say a couple of weeks in maybe, there'll be a constant coughing in the background. Constant. Through the whole lecture. People coughing. And you're going to be like, don't infect me, but sometimes you just can't avoid it. I'd say just have lots of vitamin C, drink up that orange juice, use hand sanitizer. I managed to avoid it actually until 6 weeks into term, at which point, is it really called freshers flu anymore? Like, I think I basically dodged freshers flu. Next tip is to schedule and plan your time properly. Be organised so you don't leave your work until just before it's due. If your work's due at midday, don't still be doing it at 11 o'clock. It's stressful, so stressful. And I just want a stress-free life. I don't know about you guys. It wasn't until third term when I really turned over a new leaf and was doing my work a good few days in advance of when it was due. And I know a lot of you watching this will be like, oh yes, I see what she's saying. I'll do my work a few days in advance. I mean, I think even I was thinking that at the start of my first term. Yeah, university happens, doesn't it? And somehow you end up doing your work an hour before it's due. And I think you probably do need to learn the hard way for the most part. But even if this piece of advice from me helps some of you, I'd love if it could just help some of you. And so you do your work a few days in advance. That would be good. Okay, moving on to the kitchen. Name all your food. You're going to have shared cupboards, you're going to have a shared fridge, and it may be unintentional, but people will take your stuff if you don't name it. Students are like gannets. If you even put some biscuits out on the centre table, they'll be gone within the hour. All I'm saying is name your stuff and make sure you know where your stuff is. And people won't take it. So I know most people will be self-catered at uni, so that means cooking. I was lucky in that I was catered. I mostly ate in my college's cafeteria, but I really would suggest having a few easy meals under your belt, because even I missed my cafeteria dinner sometimes and I was left like, oh wait, I can't cook anything. I ended up having spaghetti hoops for dinner on a regular basis. Yeah, even if you're catered, or you know, especially if you're self-catered, just make sure you can cook a few easy meals for yourself. And lastly, this may not apply to everyone, but especially for Cambridge, and I'm sure it's useful for a few other unis, is getting a bike. I love my bike. I love cycling. I cycled every day while I was at uni, and it was just a lifesaver because it makes getting to lectures, getting to labs so much quicker. When you want more sleep, you want a longer line, what do? You cycle to lectures. When you want more time to complete an assignment, what do? You cycle to your lab. I was extremely nervous about cycling on the roads before going to Cambridge. The last time I cycled on the roads was my cycling proficiency test in year 6. But I'm actually very confident now. I've had a year of it. You just got to get yourself on the roads, get your helmet on, be safe, and it'll be good. I would recommend, if you do get a bike though, to get a second-hand one. Bikes often do get stolen. It would be a bit of a shame if you bought a really fancy new bike only for it to get stolen. I got my bike from Bridge Bike Hire in Cambridge actually. It's an ex-hire bike, which is good because they threw in a lock, they threw in lights, and it was really cheap. Okay, and I think that's it. All I can say now is to have fun. Good luck with starting university, and don't be nervous. It's actually so much fun when you get there. And I'll see you soon with another video. Hit the notification bell down below to be notified when I upload. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye!